The Pepsi Boys present the Unsuccessful Podcast with your boy Jam.
And your boy, Rev.
We wasted the crack.
We had a reshoot. Your boy forgot to push the record button and was talking to nothing. That's on me. That's on me, guys.
It's all right.
Like I said, the Unsuccessful Podcast. I just want y'all to know.
Just how unsuccessful it can get.
Exactly.
But we appreciate everyone that's listening in for another episode. This is episode 4.
We're 4 deep.
4 deep, bro.
Let's go.
So, we'd like to start off with mentioning some of our social medias. So, we do have a website. It is theunsuccessfulpodcast.wixsite.com/website. It's still under progress. We're still working out some of the kinks, but it is theunsuccessfulpod. All right. .wixsite.com. So it's not podcast spelled out, but it is. Anyways,
we're working on it. Like I said, it's a work in progress. It's a fully functional website. We'll link it. It's actually linked in a lot of our other social medias.
That's true. Speaking of other social media sites, we do have an Instagram. We have been posting a little bit here and there. I do need to get on that. But it is the.unsuccessful.podcast on Instagram. And then I do want to mention to anyone that's wondering, we do have a Patreon. That is patreon.com/theunsuccessfulpodcast. You can find us there. You'll find that we do have some ambitions with this podcast. Now, Mr. Jam over here.
Yeah, so, like he was saying, we're just mentioning out. We have a Facebook page, or what is it? It's like a pages. It's like in your little tab. You go onto Facebook and you go scroll into your little side tabs, hit the pages, boom, Unsuccessful Podcast right there. If you want to search it, exact Unsuccessful Pod. That's that. Twitter is the Uns Pod.
That is at THEUNSPOD.
Yeah, it was. Twitter only allows 15 characters max. I was like, what? Unsuccessful was taken. Podcast was taken. And I was like, well, we'll figure it out.
My boy Elon Musk with his 9.9 shares on Twitter needs to change that real quick.
Exactly. We also have a TikTok. Nothing's on it yet. Once we start recording actual visuals, we'll add some video there. But that's the same as Instagram. the.unsuccessful.podcast.
Alright, and today we want to reach out to our listeners to comment on your favorite social media platform, to share with us your favorite TV shows or animes. We'll queue up the next couple of episodes in your dedication. So the way our structure for the episodes work is we are going to have seasons, we have episodes, obviously. And each episode is labeled with one of our random listeners' favorite show. So in the beginning, we had... Who was our first?
Episode 1 was your brother.
No. Episode 1 was pilot.
Episode 1 was pilot because...
Just like every show,
you're not going to know if you get picked up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't know if he was going to get picked up. So we just pilot.
But the
Episode 2... Darling and the Franks, What It Means to Connect.
That's right. So my brother ended up getting his dedicated episode, first of the kind.
Yeah.
And from then on, we went to
Adrian. The Way Out.
He was also our first guest.
Yeah. And he brought some Pepsis. Shout out to Adrian.
The Pepsi Boys.
And he also brought some other stuff, but it was PG.
Yeah, right. Bro, episode 3 has got to be the raunchiest episode.
Oh, yeah, episode 3, we got into it. But, so episode 4, today's episode, Special shout out to a special someone.
Today's episode is
Going Rogue.
So we do want to make sure you guys know that we are here for you guys. I mean, we're here because we talk a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But
shit talk to the max.
It wouldn't be possible for us to start doing this without the motivation that your brother gave us.
Yeah.
A bunch of
your brother.
My brother. Yeah,
your
my brother was very...
But shout out to the little brothers, you know what I'm saying? Just shout out to the little brothers out there pushing their big brothers to be great. You know?
Now is their time. Once you're in adulthood, it's their time. It's their time to push you.
It's time to shine, baby. Everyone gets their time to shine.
Yeah. When we're growing up as big brothers, so whoever isn't in the loop, we are both the eldest brothers in our respective families. Of course, as time went on, we've managed to break the bonds from just being regular friends to damn near brothers from different mothers.
Yeah, yeah.
And being the oldest. That does bring up the question on how many times you went rogue.
Man, look, I couldn't even count, honestly. I feel like I was born like that.
Shit.
I just like my mom would always build up my confidence. She would always make it a point to be like, if you don't like something, speak up.
Shout out to mommy.
Right, shout out to mommy. If you don't like something, speak up. My dad always said, don't start none, won't be none. But he also said, I forgot how he said it, but like basically don't take shit from anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, since I was a kid, both of my parents were telling me like,
you ain't no bitch.
Yeah, exactly. So there's been many a times where I would just like, I want to shout out Ms. Bacall. I know you're not listening, Ms. Bacall, but look, check it out, right? I do not like school. Everybody knows that.
Amen.
Right? I do not like school. I'm not a fan. But when I was in elementary school, I did like school. I think everybody likes elementary school. And so I did.
Go.
Yeah, I'm not mad at you for it. But so in 5th grade, we did this Abraham Lincoln presentation.
Okay.
So for Christmas I had gotten a remote control car, and like the front of the box tab opened up. And so I took out the plastic, and then I drew the theater background, and I used Pokemon characters as my interactions, right? Okay. So my boy Mewtwo was Abe Lincoln, you know what I'm saying? Hey! And so I just had like a nice little setup. And so I went to school, I opened up, and I did my presentation, and I got a 0.
What?
I got a 0. Because I used characters instead of, I had to draw the whole thing. So because I decided to go 3D, she was like, oh, I have to give you a 0 because you didn't follow the criteria.
You innovated.
So I accidentally went rogue. Didn't even know I was going rogue. And that's when I was, so to speak, began not listening in school. Like if you ask my parents, okay, maybe not. No. Actually, because my mom, I remember I asked my mom. I said, I was talking about my nieces and my nephews and like how they're soft. And I was like, was I soft like that? And she was like, no, you weren't soft, but you were afraid of bullies. And I was like, that's lies. That's cap. Nah, me? Afraid of bullies? I had just found that out like late last year. And so, yeah, so in my memory, 1st through 4th grade, I thought that I was a bad kid, but like, now that I look back, I might have been a good kid up until I got a 0.
For some bullshit,
bro. And like ever since then, going rogue.
The one of the reasons why we actually thought
like really started thinking about actually making this podcast was something that your brother had said, Jazz.
Yeah.
He was like, how is it that you two that are different in a lot of
In
views,
every way, bro. Like
Every
legit
way.
every way.
politics,
Yeah.
completely opposite.
Like legit. Y'all I might as well say it. I might as well say it.
Go ahead.
I'm a Trump supporter. I might as well. As much as he gets the hate, that's who I was. I rocked with T-Dog, but he didn't. And so it's
still
like
don't.
he still doesn't. Like, I'm not saying he should, but like what I'm saying is, two polar opposites is possible. Y'all just y'all not y'all, but like the
Consensus in general.
the consensus in general of people like, oh, the right and the left hate each other. No, y'all
just don't listen.
Y'all not listening, bro. Like, we legit brothers, bro. It's possible.
So the reason why I bring it up, right,
Go ahead.
is the story you were just telling. You know, your mom this and your dad this, and I was like, I'm over here like, yo, I ain't had no dad, but yet we still came out the same.
Yeah.
Going rogue, that came at an early age too.
Yeah.
And we didn't even know each other back then.
We didn't.
And it's just the whole thing about religion, politics, all that shit. You know, you can be completely against or completely different from your better half or your best friend or your siblings or whatever, but yet you can still get along.
Yeah.
Now, my first time that I remember going rogue was towards my parents. Well, my mom.
Right.
Because I would always be in the middle of her and my biological father's fights.
Right.
Because I was old enough to remember. I remember tidbits. I never remember full memories.
Right. I feel you.
But I do remember, just being in the middle of the conflict.
I see.
And from then on, I knew that there was something going on, and obviously everyone has, because you're having things going on at school, right?
Right.
And someone blames you for something, and your side of the story. You didn't do exactly what they said.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess in my head, I just pieced it together a lot sooner than a lot of people would. But I always knew my mom wasn't completely out of fault. And so since then, I've always been against the powers that be.
Always and forever.
Always and forever, bro.
Always and forever.
So it's just shout out to Jazz.
Yeah, shout out to Jazz, you know what I'm saying? Jazz just wants what's best for us at the end of the day.
Honestly, it's amazing. A lot of the things that you did growing up and then seeing it, work out. Like, with me, I was always the one that was test driving everything.
Okay.
And I'm talking about everything. Whatever I found out that would piss off my mom or she wouldn't approve, I would be like, don't do that to my brothers. And over time, they picked up on some of it. Alan, he doesn't smoke, and that's partly because I'm the one that started smoking at an early age, and he saw the ramifications of that.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'm not gonna follow that.
True.
So,
I mean, obviously you can have better common sense and be like, no, smoking's bad for you, don't do it.
Yeah.
But you always have that what if, like, well, maybe, what if I'm the exception? What if it's not that bad? And you always everyone has that, like, maybe I'm different, maybe I'm this, maybe I'm that.
Right.
And so that my brothers can see, no, you ain't special.
You ain't special. What if you're the same?
same, no different.
Same. But different. Shout out to the interview, Seth Rogen and James Franco.
It was a lot of the learning experiences for my brothers. I definitely did it for them so that they knew, it's not all it's cracked up to be whatever I was doing or whatever people thought was cool.